What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today I have for you guys another exciting unboxing to dig into. Before we get started, double check and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you here. Do me a huge favor before you head out. Hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate it, everyone. Feel free to let me know down in the comments what you are carrying today. I love hearing from you guys down there. So, we have a knife from Civivi coming in. This was sent into the channel by a fellow brethren of mine, Mikey Reese. So huge shout out to him for sending this guy in for me to take a look at. And we will be giving this guy away to a lucky member of the channel, which by the time you are seeing this has probably already happened. But we often do member giveaways every week, sometimes twice a week. So it is definitely worth becoming a member here at the G-Ball Vision. So we are taking a look at the Sinysis. And this is coming in 14C 28N and brown burlap micarta. And we also have a steel frame lock side. So definitely an interesting take on a very affordable knife here. We're getting 14C, we're getting burlap micarta, and then you're going to get the rigidity of the steel for your lockup. And, you know, I've said it before here recently, they've learned to finish the steel and mill the steel out in such a way that it is light years better than it used to be, you know, even a year ago. Just everything has gotten increasingly better, you know, from lock mechanisms to blade finishes to the handle material and the quality of that handle material. Everything is just getting better, and it's great to see, great to be a part of. So this is a knife I've never checked out before. We do have kind of like a low clip point style of blade. We do have kind of this harpoon area here, and then it really dives down, and then that swedge gives it a nice characteristic. The flat that rolls into that swedge looks good. Civivi does a fantastic job on their edges. This is pretty thin as well, and definitely has a nice pokey tip. Now you do have some jimping up there on the spine. This is going to be flipper deployment only, but you can easily reverse flick it out as well. Because of the way this is done, you can kind of lodge your finger in there. Now, if you're not the most skilled at reverse flicking, it might take some practice, but that's the way it goes. As far as thumb flick, you can, but not going to be very ideal. But for the reverse flick, yeah, you don't even got to change your hand position. You can grab the knife, just flick it out down low there, and you can fire this guy out. But the most ideal is going to be that flipper tab. Light switch works really well, and if you don't have your thumb in the way, push button also works equally well. We do have, kind of reminds me of the Civivi bow pocket clip, or no wait, the Knox. Kind of reminds me of the Knox pocket clip, which might be identical to their normal pocket clips, but I know the Knox is a steel frame lock also. So going to carry nice and deep in the pocket. You might see a little smidgen poking out there, but not much at all. Good retention, good basic pocket clip. They could go back to the drawing board and make this a little more aesthetically pleasing. I mean, it works good and it functions well. It looks pretty good, but I think they could definitely do a better job on the aesthetic. You know what I mean? If they made this solid here, instead of milling these holes, these cutouts, if they were to keep this solid and just have this here, and maybe make sure, yeah, they started to make sure that has flattened out a little bit. But I think they could do a little bit better job on the aesthetics. But it works good. It functions good. So kind of hard to bark at that. We do have good access to the lock bar there. And then they also integrated a nice chamfer, and they put some very, very fine jimping on that guy. So it is nice and easy to get to, and it's very comfortable to disengage this guy. Centering is spot on. Lockup is sitting, oh, that looks pretty damn good. That's like 40% or so right there, so not bad at all. I didn't say, but the detent, it's good. It feels really good. For my personal preferences, for a flipper only, it could be a little stronger. And could you strengthen it up? Probably, but you know, it don't need it. You know, most people will be completely satisfied with the way it is here. I would like it a little stronger, but on the other side, on the flip side, if the detent strength was increased, you would not be able to reverse flick it out, or not very easily. In the case as it sits here, it's very easy to reverse flick this out. That blade stock is nice and thin. We're going to see how it cuts here in a moment. You have this nice full finger choil, so you can choke up right behind that edge. You have a nice landing spot for your thumb here, so it's going to be very comfortable, and you're going to have a ton of control in this grip. As far as the standard grip, that is also comfortable, and you have some nice jimping here to kind of lock in. And then, of course, you can choke up, put the middle finger in that choil, and get right up on that tip, which is going to be extremely nice for detailed, intricate type cuts. Drop shut action, or the action for the drop, is nice. It'll go all the way past half if you get out of the way, but it'll drop to your thumb, and then 2 very light shakes. But that's that's nice and smooth, nice and clean. You know, that's how I prefer mine. Just like this. Nice and clean, very simple, very easy. I don't mind the fast, quick drop, but that's what I prefer right there. Now, I don't know how much use this has on it. I'm going to guess not a whole lot. Knowing Mikey, he probably got this and messed around with it, and then that was about it. But Civivis usually come with a really good edge on them. This one does not seem to have that great of an edge, so maybe he did use this one, and I'm way wrong. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not great, is what I mean. It's not horrible, but it's definitely pokey. Yeah, up there it definitely needs. I don't got anything. Well, yeah, I do. Let's see what it does up against some cardboard just for fun. So we got a single piece of cardboard here, single ply, I mean. Let's see what it does up against this. So it kind of, it feels, do we have tape? Oh, we have a little bit of tape there, okay. So definitely still has a working edge on it. You could definitely use this guy. Now, like I said, this is coming in used, so I don't know how much Mikey actually used this. It feels like either A, he did actually use this a decent amount, or it just came with a, you know, not quite what Civivi usually does as far as or concerning their edges. Typically, they have some of the best edges and geometry that you can get, so they're typically very slicey. You'll still be able to get right up on that tip, and with that nice pokey tip, you'll be able to definitely do some more intricate type cuts with that. And that has a nice pokey tip. And even though it is kind of like a clip point, it's very low. So that makes it ideal for being able to do cuts just like that. As far as the lockup goes, we got the whacker right here. And we're going to see. I need to know, baby. Need to know. There's no play side to side. There's no play up and down. There's no detent lash. There's no pivot lash. So all things considered, should be pretty solid. So you check by the tip, check by the tang. We'll double check again here. And then we'll do one more for good measure. Seems nice and solid. Yeah. Yeah, nice and solid, guys. Great job on Civivi's end. That is one thing you should want to know out of the box. How is that lockup? You know, before even, of course, we want it to be sharp, comfortable, easy to carry. But that lock, it has to be solid. And if it's not, you need to know why. And once you figure out why, or if you can't figure it out, that way you can get a replacement, you know, sent to you. So it's something that, you know, I'm going to argue kind of against the other side of people who say, you know, don't test it out of the box. Test it out of the box. You don't have to beat the hell out of it, just like I demonstrated. Just some light taps is going to tell you if it's going to slip off there. And there's a reason why it's slipping. Whether it's coating, whether there's loose hardware, whether the geometry is just bad, there's a reason. So I think testing them out of the box, you need to find out if it's good, then it's good. You don't need to worry about it. If it's not good, you can kind of start to take care of business with it and figure out what is going on with the knife. That is my 2 cents. Of course, you can feel free to disagree. You can feel free to agree. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the Sinysis here. Huge shout out to Mikey for sending this guy in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate it when you do that, guys. And if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. We release new videos every single day, sometimes twice a day. I'll throw up a couple new videos. Go check one of them out. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will catch you on the next one.